Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and iOS 17 brings a lot of nice new changes, and some of those changes are specific to messages, so I thought we'd go over all of the new features in Messages or iMessage with iOS 17. Now the first thing's fairly obvious, and I'm using light mode as it's easier to see on camera for the most part, but if we go into our keyboard, you'll notice that the apps are no longer along the top of the keyboard. And in iOS 16, you'll see on the left we have our apps on top of the keyboard. Apple has changed this in iOS 17 by accessing this with a plus to the left of the entry box for text. Tap on the plus and you'll have all of your different apps here. And you'll see that they're listed out: camera, cache, photos, and these can be rearranged. So we can slide down and see even more apps, all of our different ones, and maybe we want to bring music closer to the top. We can just bring it up here and bring it to wherever we'd like. So maybe we want to bring it even further up. We could maybe bring one of these down and then rearrange it as you see fit. So you just completely rearrange this however you'd like, and it's really nice that we have this feature now. Very simple and clean. If you don't want it there, just tap on it and it goes away. Within a separate set of messages, you can see I have a bunch of them, and if you have many rows of messages, there'll be an arrow you can tap on to go to where you left off reading last. It's really helpful when you're actually in a major conversation with a bunch of people and there's just tons of people talking back and forth. It makes it very simple. And one way you can reply to people more easily this year is just slide to the right of this. So if we slide the other direction, pull to the right, you can reply directly. Instead of pressing and holding and tapping on reply like we do with iOS 16, simply swipe and then reply. Then send the message and it attaches to what you just replied to. So it's super simple and much faster to do this time around. Also, when searching for emoji, they've updated this. So if you go into your emoji keyboard, maybe we search for a happy face, we now have a done button. It makes it much easier if we want to just get out of this and go back to where we were before. It's much better and much more convenient and simpler than we had before. Apple's also updated voice dictation this year. We have the microphone in the bottom right and also the little microphone where we enter text if we've used it recently. If we go ahead and tap on it, what you'll see is a little icon that appears with a microphone and then the selected language. We'll tap on the microphone. The little icon appears showing our language, and also as I speak, it now highlights behind the word I'm speaking with a little blue highlight. I can pause and type and then continue to speak just like I did before. So this works just like it did last time, but has a continued ability to just speak and speak and speak and have it keep up with you, and it just seems to be improved overall. We'll turn that off, hit send, and of course you can send any of those messages. But if you prefer to actually use voice to speak to someone using the little voice app, so in here we have audio. If someone sends you a message with that and you don't have time to listen, it will now translate that or transcribe that in real time. Now, if we want to leave an audio message, in iOS 16 we have a blue icon. In iOS 17 it's in our apps and it says audio and has sort of a reddish orange icon. This could change by the time it's released to the public, but it gives you an idea of what it looks like. Let me go ahead and leave myself a message from a different device running iOS 17. And also when I go to record a message with my voice, it looks a little different also here. So if we go into audio, this is an audio message being recorded on iOS 17 to show the different interface that we have, as well as how it can transcribe in real time. And then we'll go ahead and send it. So it says it's 9 seconds. Sometimes it takes a moment to actually transcribe, and we'll see if it sends over. There we go. And it immediately transcribes it and says exactly what I said. So it says this is an audio message being recorded. And if I hit play, of course, it will play as well. Audio message being recorded on iOS 17 to show the different interface that we have, as well. Or you can raise to listen or play all, where there were 3 of them. So it's really nice that it does that in real time if you just don't have time to listen to it. If someone sends you a voice message, they've updated the options. If we press and hold on the play button, we can now control the playback speed from 1 times to 1.25, 1.5, or 2 times speed. Additionally, depending on the version you're running, if you're running earlier betas, if you press and hold on that voice message, you can quickly save it to voice memos. They've updated and removed this with the latest version version, but this could return before it's released to the public. So again, just keep in mind that some of these things could change before it's out to the public in September or October. With iOS 17, Apple has updated emoji and stickers so you can drag them directly onto something else within your messages. So if we go into our stickers here in our messages, and maybe we just drag this Mac Studio, we can put it right on top of the message I showed you earlier and it stays put. The same is true with everything else. So maybe I want to put a little happy face on the message here. I can just drag it wherever I want and it stays put. And then on the other device, of course, it shows up as well. So it will show up for whoever you're sending this to. You can put eyes on this, drag it up a little bit, put them here, and you'll see it will appear on this message as well. So this is really nice. Just drag and drop wherever you'd like to put them. You can also create these stickers directly in Photos now, or from here. So if we want to go to stickers, and we'll go over here to our stickers. We'll add one. I've selected a photo within my photos. It instantly analyzed it and allows me to select that as a sticker. We can add a sticker here, and it adds it to our stickers. Now we can add an effect, rearrange it, or delete. So we can add an effect where we have an outline. It says puffy, shiny, comic. So we can select whatever we'd like. So if we want it to be shiny, we'll hit done. And then we can just press and drag that wherever we'd like. Now I can use whatever I want as a sticker. Again, if I want to send it separately, I can do that as well. Again, if I press and hold, let go, then we can change the effect as well or delete it altogether. It's really nice that they've updated the stickers this way, and there's additional updates as far as this goes as well. We also have the option to share these stickers in third-party apps also. Now, if we go over to Memoji, they've updated this with 3 different Memoji stickers with a halo, also peekaboo, and then a smirk. So if you want to use any of these stickers, you have the option to do that now if you want to use Memoji stickers. Now, if we're searching for something, Apple has updated this greatly. So maybe we're searching for a message. It doesn't have to be in this same thread. It can be in all of your messages. So if we go back over, within search, we can combine different keywords to filter our searches. So if I type the word Apple, then search with messages with 1-800-MY-APPLE, then also maybe the word red. It will find anything with both of those things in there. So it's really nice to be able to search for something with a little bit more precision this time around. One of the really simple but great new features that's incredibly helpful has to do with two-factor authentication codes. If you get a lot of verification codes logging into an app or a website and they often pile up and you have to delete them, iOS 17 can recognize these codes and automatically delete them for you. You can enable this by going into Settings, then going down to Passwords. Under Passwords, within Password Options, you'll have a new option for Cleanup Automatically, where it says automatically delete verification codes in messages and mail after inserting with autofill. So you can delete these, you can recover these if you need to, but it will automatically clean those up now, which is incredibly helpful. Within Messages, if we go back into our apps, you may have already noticed that we have a new option called Check-in. This is something that allows family members or friends to be alerted when you reach a destination. If we tap on this, it will add to our messages, and then we can edit this. So if we go into Edit, we have the option to give them information after a timer, and you'll see it says check-in data. You can change this in message settings with full data or just some of your data. Now this is end-to-end encrypted, not shared with Apple, but it can give information such as location, battery level, and cell service. And I'll show you that option in a moment. We can set a timer or set it to when I arrive. So you can add a destination, whether that's someplace you're going or a home or something else. Then we have check-in data again. So let's check out the check-in data. Within message settings, if we scroll down, you'll see there's a new option for check-in and data. If we tap on this, it's currently set to full, and it says these data are only shared if you do not respond when prompted after sending a check-in. If we go to limited, it will limit information, and it says includes current location and details about battery and network signal for iPhone and watch. If we go to full, it says includes all limited data plus route traveled and location of last iPhone unlock and Apple Watch removal. So it gives much more information if you want to. Also within our apps, there's a new option for location. We can share our location with someone directly from messages. So if we tap on location, within location, you'll see it gives a location waypoint. We can tap and switch that to a pin and send a pin if we'd like. So this is just shareable directly from the app now. Also, if you'd like to request someone's location location, if you tap on their name at the top, we now have an easy way to request their location or share your current location with them if you're not sharing already. So they've made it a little bit easier to do that instead of having to go into the Find My app. To go along with messages, there's a new widget for contacts. Now this is a contact widget, but if you press and hold and then edit the widget, you now have the option to show buttons for messaging them or calling them. So if we choose one for messaging and calling, after we've selected the number we want to message someone at, we can tap directly on the widget and go to that person directly to message them more quickly. Now, additionally, there's an update in CarPlay where they've changed the way you actually send a message within the UI. So it looks a little different when you're using Siri. You now have the option to press large buttons where you can respond and either reply or change the message and more. So those have been updated as far as messages. And so that's everything with messages in iOS 17. Now, this is subject to change as we do have a little bit of time until it releases to the public, but if you're watching this afterward, there may be slight variations to this, but all of the core features are the same, with the stickers and emoji, voice dictation, the overall design change, and more. Let me know your thoughts about messages in the comments below if you like the changes or if there's something you'd like to see them do differently with iOS 17 there as well. Now, if you'd like to get your hands on this wallpaper, of course, I'll link it in the description like I normally do. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.